I would like, I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but there's some announcement that we would like to make, and I would like to have Gautam as the captain first take that, and then Ricky as a coach, and then I will say a few words from the franchise side. Yeah.
Look, I think as the leader of the ship, I take up complete responsibility for where we are in the points table, and I have decided, seeing the points table and the performance of the team, that I've decided to step down, and I have announced Shreyas Iyer and as the next captain, and I think that is the way forward for the franchise, and we all feel that he's going to do a very good job, and he's the right guy to take this franchise and this team forward, and we still absolutely believe that we've got the group to turn it around, and we need to win 7 out of 8, which is absolutely possible in this format. Teams have done it in the past, and we have the capability, we have the confidence to do that this year as well.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to back up what Gautam's had to say there. Having been in the same situation myself for a number of years ago, obviously it's a tough decision for anybody to make, to put their hand up and say that they think their performances haven't been good enough, and that they think there's someone else better in the side to take their spot. So I'd like to definitely say well done and congratulations on Gautam for putting the team ahead of his own individual thoughts. It takes and shows a lot of great character for a leader of our team to put his hand up and say this. I also fully endorse Shreyas Iyer as our next captain. He's obviously a terrific young player, he's a terrific young man that I see as having a huge future in the game and a huge future as a leader of the Delhi Daredevils. So just from my behalf, the head coach's behalf, I'd like to congratulate GG on the decision that he has made. As tough as it might be, gives us now a really fresh start for the last half of this tournament, one of which we think we can actually start to make an impact on the tournament with the talent we have around our group. So looking forward to that getting underway in a couple of days' time, and looking forward to seeing how Shreyas Iyer handles the captaincy role. So thanks a lot for coming, and hopefully we'll see you over the next few weeks.
Now, on behalf of the franchise, I would like to first say, this was a decision that Gautam took on his own, and we salute the contribution and the effort that he has made, and he's very passionate about making GD win, and we're really touched by this. And for me, I can say on behalf of the franchise, there are not many examples like this in India. And I would say it's the first example, and it's a massive example, and it should set the tone for rest of the cricketers, where a cricketer has said my team comes first before me as an individual, and he's done that, and we totally salute that. And as a franchise, we are totally indebted. Gautam will obviously be around, and he will be around the group and mentor Shreyas into captaincy. And we want that to happen, and because there's no better tactical individual than Gautam, who knows the Delhi ground better and the Indian scenario better. And with Ricky and Gautam around, I think Shreyas will only flourish. So once again, I would like to thank Gautam for what he's done, and he will carry on with DD as a player mentor and play a bigger role for all of us.
Yeah, I think we still have a lot of potential in the team as a team to win the tournament, and we've got eight games in our hand, and yeah, there are lots of us who still believe that we can do something great, and obviously with the help of them, I don't see any negative thoughts coming onto my mind. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to take a few questions. Wait for the mic to reach you, Amar. That's right. Just take the mic.
Gautam, is it your decision, or the franchise asked you to step down?
Absolutely my decision, and in fact I called up Kiran yesterday, and I called up Hemant as well. I was the one who initiated the meeting. I thought that I haven't contributed enough, and at the same time the performance of the team, I had to take the responsibility being the leader of the ship, and I owe that responsibility. I should as a leader. So I feel that it was the right time, because we are very much in this competition. So this was the right time to maybe put my hand up and say that where we stand in the points table, I have to owe up that responsibility. So it was absolutely my decision. No pressure from the franchise, nothing. They've been absolutely supportive about it. But sometimes when your conscience says that it's the right time, you just take that.
And who else going to resign? Because last 10 year, 11 year, you lost almost 87 matches out of 142. Mr. Dua, are you going to submit your paper or are you still there?
You want me to submit my paper? I'll do that. Are you going to join in my place?
No,
And so then, thank you. So we still believe we're going to win, and we are very confident. And we knew these questions are going to come about franchise pressurizing Gautam. It is his decision, and I think as journalists and as media, you should for once respect when somebody takes a decision and give him that due credit rather than trying to find theories and stories around it. Because that's the problem with all of us. When somebody takes a decision, respect that, because those kind of decisions in India are not taken. And from that point of view, we totally back and salute Gautam, and I think it's important that the media notes that and takes that forward. Yeah, thank you.
Gautam, when the domestic season started, you've had a terrific run with runs coming in, you've been scoring. But how much of the fact that you weren't able to really fire up big time in this IPL, has that been a part of the decision?
Maybe the only thing I can point down to is that maybe I was too desperate to turn things around, and at times it can backfire as well. Because sometimes you're too eager and you're too keen and you're too desperate to turn things around. It just makes you hard on your own self, and that could be the reason. And sometimes you realize that maybe I just couldn't handle the pressure which came with the position, with the responsibility which I was given. And as I just said, that sometimes when you're not able to handle that pressure and your own performance plus the team performance, you got to owe that up as a leader. And maybe I was too desperate than I should have been, to be honest, because I was very, very eager to turn it around, and that could be one reason why I can point out when I was sitting alone and thinking that maybe after the last game I thought that maybe that could be the reason why I couldn't fire and I couldn't handle the pressure. I have to be absolutely honest, and I've always been absolutely honest to what I say, and now one reason is absolutely this one.
Handled IPL pressure before as skipper. That's not a new situation for you.
Maybe coming back to Delhi was an emotional decision as well. It was my emotional homecoming, and sometimes when emotion gets better of you and then you're so desperate to turn things around, that is the only thing I can think of at the moment. And it's too early in the day in the tournament to reflect on what actually went wrong. But one thing that came in mind was this, because as I just said, that when you're too desperate to achieve something, it can actually backfire at times.
गौतम, आपने सवाल ये कि इतना ज्यादा प्रेशर था, तो आप इससे ज्यादा प्रेशर आपने केकेआर के कप्तान के रूप में झेला है, वहाँ आपने परफॉर्म किया या क्यों नहीं कर पाए? आपके पास पर्याप्त साधन नहीं है, या आपको उस तरह की टीम नहीं मिली, या लोग बदल गए?
तो मुझे लगता है कि शायद जब मैंने ज्वाइन करी थी तो मैं 28 साल की उम्र का था, मैं 36 साल की उम्र का हूँ, तो वही एक रीजन भी हो सकता है कि 28 साल में आप ज्यादा प्रेशर हैंडल कर सकते हैं 36 साल में.
Shreyas, you will have, of course, the support of a lot of people, but at the same time, it's a very crucial stage. And as a young captain, you probably have this one tournament you're coming from winning in the domestic season. How are you looking at the challenge, and what is it that's going through your mind? Can you share that with us?
Well, I'm really loving the responsibility they have put upon me, and also the faith they show upon me. And yeah, I mean, I love facing challenges, as I've said in my previous interviews as well. And it's a great opportunity for me to prove myself, and also, to get the team to the highest level possible. And yeah, I don't see any remarks or anything, which can let me down by getting this responsibility.
What I want to ask you, as a player, how do you see this challenge? What are the things that now going through your mind?
Well, I mean, I just got the news today afternoon, and I wasn't thinking much about it, but it was really well executed by all three of them. We conducted the meeting, and we didn't plan much about the game so far. So obviously, there's a lot to learn from Vicky Ponting and also Gauti Bhai, because they'll be mentoring around us, and it will be a great success definitely coming forward.
Just following up from that. That's actually it's my job now. It's my job. It's Gautam's job. It's all the players' job now to make Shreyas' job as easy as possible on the field. We've got a couple of training days before the game comes around. It's up to us as coaches to make sure the guys train hard, they train well, but more importantly to make sure they're prepared for what's going to come up in the game. And a big part of coaching is making sure the captain's got everything that he needs to be well prepared for the challenge. So there's no extra pressure on Shreyas Iyer at all. We want him to go out and play the way he's been playing. He's been playing terrifically well, and that's what we want to create around our team. We want to have a nice, relaxed environment. Sure, things are getting tougher for us, but it's just a great challenge that we've got with a new young captain, and we're all excited to see how it works out for us over the next few weeks.
And just to answer that gentleman's question again, my position is always tenable. I'm out there, and I'm the first one who will resign, and I raise my hand for the team, always, okay? So let me answer that. It's for the owners to decide, and I still believe we've got 8 games to go. So we are still, the league is now finished and the last ball is bowled. So we still believe we can win as a championship. We can have this dialogue post, and I will be the first one to submit my resignation. It's up to the owners to decide what they want to do. So let me be very clear. I still believe in the team we have. We have the best talent out there, and we have the best coaches and the best players. So I think let's give us some credit. We might just turn around this. And there's been history behind in IPL before, and I'm a firm believer that we can do that this year. Thank you.
Last four, Amit first.
Look, I think it's never too early and it's never too late as well. So I sometimes when your conscience says that obviously as a player and as a leader where you should have been, because I've always set really high standards for myself as a player, and if I'm not able to achieve that, obviously then it starts putting doubt in your mind that obviously whether you actually have put enough weight to be in the playing 11. At the same time your team hasn't performed, so as a leader of the group you take that responsibility as well. And obviously when I spoke to my wife, obviously she said that you, as a leader, you've given opportunities to other players. You've given 14, 15 opportunities, why only 4 to yourself? And my only answer was that I've set different standards for my own self as compared to what I set standards for other people. And sometimes when you're not able to achieve those standards, obviously you've got to put your hand up and say that I was not good enough. And that is all, because I thought the bell started ringing, especially after the last game, that we should have won. And again, sometimes after those games, when you dig deep inside looking for answers, and sometimes when you get that answer and you decide that okay, it's time.
Last week, this is for Mr. Dua. When in your opening remarks, you kept on saying that you will continue to mentor the players and the captain. Does this mean Mr. Gambhir will not continue as a player?
No, I'm not saying he's not continuing. He's very much with us, and he's continuing as when I say he's a player mentor, that's how it is. It's up to him whether he feels fit to play, and it's up to the coach to decide what the playing 11 is with the captain, and it's their call. I'm no one to decide that. And as a management, we never tell them who to play and what to play. It's completely their call, and I think they can answer that question better than I do, Ricky.
Coach, I have a question. How do you see? You have 8 more games to play. Go. I mean, you have a realistic chance of making it in the top 4.
I honestly believe we do. Absolutely. I've said that from day one, and my opinion hasn't changed or wavered at all. I think through this tournament we've been able to play some really good cricket, and it's been a couple of overs here and there in almost every contest has cost us the game. And I think we saw that again the other night with our first home game. You know, how close we got on the back of, a pretty ordinary power play, and losing wickets at the back end of our batting power play really ended up costing us the game. Even up in Rajasthan, Jaipur, that first game, rain came in and sort of washed us away a little bit, and we were a good chance. We felt we were in a really strong position in that game as well. So look, we've shown some really positive signs, but we've also shown that the difference between our best cricket and our worst cricket, the gap has been too vast, and we need to bring that gap a little bit tighter and be more consistent through the course of 40 overs in every game. I think we've done it for 35, 36 overs in most games and not been able to put a complete game together. So I honestly absolutely do feel that we've got a good enough squad of players to be able to turn things around and turn things around quickly. And let's not forget, we've got a lot of home games coming up still as well. So we've got still 6 home games to go. Obviously the last 4 games of the tournament are home games. So look, our next game obviously is the most important game. We need to put out a great performance in our next game and start working on from there. But I'll make sure that the guys work hard. I'll make sure that the guys are well prepared, and when we take the field in our next game, hopefully there's a different result for us.
Ricky, this is not uncommon in Australia where captain takes responsibility and just moves on. From that point of view, was it shocking for you, an Indian captain, especially in a tournament like IPL, taking this kind of decision? And do you think this is going to be the trend in IPL in future, especially the Indian captains who are struggling, not necessarily in this season, maybe in future? He sets the template for that.
Oh, look, I think Gautam deserves a lot of credit for the way he's handled this situation. It's really unheard of before in Indian cricket for a senior player to put his hand up and say, I don't feel like I'm playing well enough, and for the team's sake, I'm going to stand down. I did it when I was at Mumbai as a player. I knew that I had better players that I was keeping out of the side, and obviously Gautam's decided to do the right thing. And I'll back up what Hemant had to say. I think it's a really good opportunity for the media and the public to just really give him some credit for what he's done. It doesn't happen every day. It might not happen again in Indian cricket or in IPL cricket. You see someone of his stature, of his talent, and his ability and his overall cricketing record, just to say, I think it's time for a change of direction for this team. So, I'm proud of what he's done. I'm sure all of his younger teammates are exceptionally proud of the fact that he stood up and said that to the team today, and he's created an opportunity for one of India's best young players to have the chance to captain his franchise. So, please, everyone out there, give him the credit he deserves over the next couple of weeks.
Absolute final question,
Gautam, this is for you. Where do you see yourself as a player from here on, continuing your future from here on?
I don't know. I think it's too early for me to decide on that as well. Obviously, at the moment, it was all about team. That's why I've taken this decision. Let's see. Let me sit down and decide. I think I still need some more time to think about that as well. Where I go, where my game, where I as an individual goes from here on. But at the moment, it's in the middle of a competition, and it's about what DD achieves in next 8 games is more important to me as compared to what I achieve in next 8 games. So I think, or what I achieve in future as well. At the moment, it's all about DD. I think we should all concentrate in achieving the results which we are looking for, and we still have a great chance or an absolute possibility of turning things around and being in the playoffs. So let's talk about DD at the moment, not about myself.